Well, I started playing the guitar when I was 12 and just took to it immediately and played throughout, my life. And then about, well, I guess it's been about 8 or 10 years ago, ran into Larry Wyatt, Ben Bonham, and they had started this band called the Hoppa Hillbillies. And the idea was to play Hawaiian music and a little bit of country, western swing, that kind of thing. And, I looked at the ukulele and thought, well, heck, as far as I can tell, it's a little bitty guitar. So I just started playing it with them, and totally enjoyed it. And then kind of learned that, the guitar, one of the problems with playing the guitar is that issue between the second and third strings where it's tuned different. And that always causes problems with guitar players. With the ukulele, you've got no choice. You have to deal with it. And so I've found that playing the ukulele has really helped my guitar playing. I've learned all kinds of new chord inversions because, you got to find those notes. They just aren't there like they are on the guitar. They're somewhere else. They're there. You just got to search for them. So it's been a really eye-opening experience for me. The thing that I like to do is I like to play chord melodies, like jazz chord melodies. And I've learned a lot of things about your ear from doing that. Essentially, you're playing, you have to think in terms of the highest pitch note, because that's what people are going to hear. And you basically have to decide, okay, these are where I'm going to play those notes for that melody, and then around that note, I've got to find a chord that is the right chord that's going to match what you need. And it's just a matter of exploration and discovery. And I found actually that the key a song is in makes a huge difference, because there are limitations here you just have to deal with. And that plus the moving bass lines are an issue. So I found that less is really more. You've got to scale back and kind of find out what are the important notes of that chord. What can I drop and use for something else, a lot of it is really just trial and error. And the more you do it, the better you get at it, because you learn things, you discover things. One thing that's been really useful to me is a thorough understanding of the diminished chord, which I really got a start on the guitar. And there's an old thing that Pat Martino used to teach, which was the close relationship between a dominant seventh chord and a diminished chord. And he does this thing he does. You can take any diminished chord and lower any note by 1/2 step, and you have a seventh chord, a dominant seventh. So that tells you right there that those chords are completely connected. There's one note difference. So the other thing that I've spent a lot of time working on that has really helped this is harmonizing scales with those chords. So a good example, I'll do like a B flat minor 7. And what I'm going to do is connect, I'm going to play this scale. Basically, I'm going to be playing the inversions of B flat minor 7. But I'm going to connect them with diminished chords. So it ends up being like. And within that, if you know that diminished chords are movable, and I had to prove that to myself. I sat down and I wrote down all these notes, I moved it, I wrote down all these notes, moved it. They're all the same notes, it's the same notes. So if you know that, then suddenly you're kind of freed up. It's just a simple scale with diminished chords thrown in between the scale notes.